No, Jimmy. No. What is up, everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming here, and once again we are back with game number 2. One of our losers round matches between playing as the Dakini tribe in the Dakini position representing clan Avenging Angels. It is Sponge, or Med, or Medwoods, depending on how you know him, playing as the Chumara tribe in the Chumara position on this version of Pressure Point. Sent here to the loser's bracket and down a game. It is Clan Asgard's Sub-Zero. He's getting absolutely ruined by a wild man right now. So, standard Pressure Point. We've seen a lot of aggressive converting out of both sides. So many wild men on the map, you can manage your population pretty decently. Off of converts alone. We saw an interesting strategy from a couple of players where they completely forego bases and just built a whole bunch of trooping huts. And actually just used wild men to supplement their troops instead of building huts in the normal way. Now, one thing we can see is actually a bit of a standard defense here. Yellow base is being secured. Meanwhile, we have a double warrior training hut and a fire warrior hut from Sponge. Craig has already spread out to the second base, and he's even got towers on the way there as well. He's been very quick about building the towers. If he's equally as quick as getting them filled, he might be able to secure both bases for himself. Sub-Zero is a little bit of a veteran of the game. He likes these scrappy games as well. People have referred to him as a cockroach, and they mean it affectionately and not as an insult. This man is incredibly tenacious. He knows how to survive. He knows how to build his bases out. He knows how to play the long game, especially if you give him preachers. Give him preachers and you should expect to play him for 3 hours. Fire Warriors going into towers just in time for the initial push of the Warriors. Sponge is pushing forward. It looks like he's gone back to the base to finish off the standard red side convert. Plenty of Braves in both bases for both players. Warrior isn't successful. And this glitch is actually going to get this Warrior killed. You want to say it's not game breaking? Well, how about one of your early Warriors taking 4 free Fire Warrior shots before he even gets into a fight with the Braves? Yeah, he doesn't even get one Brave. Normally you'd expect a Warrior to get at least one Brave in that situation. He doesn't even get one. Counter-attack from Craig, sending his own Warriors into the towers, and the same thing is happening. What on earth is going on here? There we go. That Warrior is going to perform an absolute massacre eventually. We're able to test the combative strength of a Warrior. That Warrior killed way more than 6 Braves. It does show that the Braves waiting until all 3 dying. So, let me explain that in a little bit. I'm going to stop myself and explain that. In 1.03, as a Brave dies, another Brave takes their place. In beta, for some reason, and this is a bug, all 3 Braves must die before the next 3 Braves join in. Now, there has been some evidence that makes Warriors stronger, and you just saw it there. That Warrior took out like 8 Braves. Wasn't even dizzy by the end of it. I was using this opportunity to talk because not much else was going on. We've got a little bit of a troop run by here. Defense is being filled out for both players now. I hear the sound of Dizzy Braves dying. Oh yeah, it's these. They get stuck. Very useful. Very useful Braves they are. Sponge converting from the tower. Long range convert. Throwing it out there. Or Craig walks forward into the tornado and he gets thrown into the water as well. Very unfortunate. He chose to walk into the tornado and he was absolutely punished for it. That tornado is going to throw him straight into the drink and give Sponge the first shaman kill of the game. Ghost being a little bit annoying, as are Fire Warriors in towers. You've got to be careful, Sponge. Fire Warriors in towers are dangerous. Especially this one. Look, this Fire Warrior in a tower is doing his exercises. He doesn't just sit in a tower like the other Fire Warriors. He is working out. He's going to be wishing he ran away from the tornado. We get very nice light from Craig pushing Sponge into the water. Shaman deaths are 1-2-1 right now. I'm not going to be keeping track of it all game because that's an impossible statistic to keep track of with how some of these players play, and that's a huge warrior army. Craig has just been buying his time to prepare a swarm of Chimera warriors. It's nice to see that Sponge is building out the defense a little bit more standard. You know, you're pushing these towers forward. Fire Warriors in towers are way more useful in beta than they are in 1.3 because they will actually always shoot. Lots of his own warriors went down there when that blast went off, which was a little bit unfortunate. There's still plenty of warriors left to take the fight to Sponge. Craig's got warriors training at a warrior training hut. They don't train into super warriors, Craig. Hate to break it to you, that's not how you make Ubers. Just keep training them progressively stronger. Earthquake from Craig gets both warrior training huts on this side. If he continues to just pump out warriors, he can absolutely take control of the blue base. See how long it takes Craig to notice that he is trying to make super warriors. Still hasn't really noticed. He'll probably notice when he respawns for the first time. He goes, why are all these warriors standing around? Or, I could have sworn I had more warriors than this. Players already predicting who wins. Double Fire Warrior Hut and Double Warrior Hut coming out from Sponge. Even more converting. Yeah, Craig can just patrol his Shaman. Now that he's secured the third base, you never need to push into the main base of your opponent. If you control the map, then you control the Wildmen. And if you control the Wildmen, you can just play as ridiculous as you like, really. You can throw troops away, you can waste mana, you can do whatever you want. Wildmen continue to spawn even when one player is at close to 140 pop. So, this map's Wildmen were balanced for 4 players, and when there's only 2 active on the map, the Wildmen last a very long time. Now, most of the compliments from the other players has been that this has created a very interesting type of troop-centric game. I definitely think that is the case. You know, a large army of warriors here, stood around doing nothing, twiddling their thumbs. Med's already saying he's built so many troops he's fucked. Craig's just going around converting him. Look at all this. All the converts are at the back of his base. Population update is 89 to Sub-Zero, 46 to Med, but that's going to be even more in Sub-Zero's advantage when you factor in all the converts he just got. Oh, that's a nice one convert for Sponge. After watching what Craig just converted, that feels disgusting. It feels like we should end up in a court somewhere, because that was just vile. Oh, I clicked on the minimap. Plenty of warriors pushing forward, all taken out by a lightning. Follow-up blast gets another one. Unfortunately, Sponge is in this position where all he can really do is build out his one base. And that's going to punish him a lot, especially as he hasn't really built much defense on this side. These warriors could actually just run into the base. For now, they're holding down Blue's base. Standard pressure point style of play. Earthquake at the front. Ruin the towers. Oh, cut a path. Why not? When you do everything else, why not cut the path as well? Warriors are now starting to do their run by. They're going to start pushing into the red base. Trickling in one by one as Medcot gets his convert. Now even killing those. Oh, we've got fire warriors in huts. Great defensive tactic. Good, we've got a little bit of pressure being applied on the map. A couple of players have been wondering when someone camps in their base with fire warriors in huts, and they become quite difficult to push on. How do you get into their base when they start camping? And the answer is you don't. When you've got 3 bases and control of most of the map, you get the Armageddon. Although I think these might be ghosts because the prey isn't going up at all. That's not going up because he's missing one. The Armageddon is a very important way of preventing people from camping. You're going to put Sponge in a position where he has to make a push outwards. Or he just loses to the Armageddon. There's the 6, and it's now going up. So there you go. Craig's play is, in fact, the Armageddon. He's not faking it. Warriors are pushing out from Sponge to try and clear up and regain control of the blue base. Craig runs his warriors away so that they all gather up. And they're not as easy to pick off. And you got a beautiful light from Craig. Shaman in a tower on middle ground. That's a nice shot. And Nisi says it too. If Nisi says it, it must be true. Plenty of praying coming out from Craig right now. As Sponge makes another large warrior push. These warriors are running by into the blue base. There are no warriors left there anymore for them to fight. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Wasteful earthquakes from Craig. It's not wasteful when you have your opponent pinned, mind. 1 earthquake, 2 earthquakes. Those aren't the worst earthquakes in the world. It's completely destroying Red's high ground advantage. Warriors are soon going to just be able to trickle through here endlessly, causing all sorts of damage. Fire warriors getting into these towers as well. Look at that range. Look at them shooting as they're supposed to. It's a thing of beauty. Meanwhile, we've got red warriors running by. They are going to get into Craig's base. They'll probably do some damage as well. Sponge was looking for the... That's embarrassing. He was looking for the warriors and he gets pushed in by a single fire warrior. It was the fire warrior praying at the armor. Fire warrior praying at the Armageddon. Takes a break to fire a shot. Pushes the shaman into the water, and the warriors are running away again. They're all going to dismantle this hut. No, yeah, there you go. I think the tower is more important because the fire warrior is shooting you. Is being a bit of a bother, bit of a nuisance, bit of a pain in the backside. Lack of many other colourful ways to say it. Armageddon's about 1/3 done now. Lost sight of the warriors. There they are. Gonna tear down the hut. Recover. Blue base for himself. Armageddon tricking closer and closer. I love it. I love to see it. I love seeing this Armageddon. I love seeing the tower securing it. It's a good way to deal with someone camping. Take a look at Craig's bases. You can see he's built them both out pretty poorly, but he has built them both out. There's a lot of wasted space in here, but I guess that's what happens when you build under pressure. No time for the perfect base when you're building 2 of them. Not even going to be a push towards Armageddon. You know, it might just be that Sponge is hoping that the Armageddon population cut limit is going to win him the game. You can only take so much population into an Armageddon. So if he makes that population warriors, he might still be able to claw it away from Craig. It's a long shot, and I'm sure that Craig knows that as well. Craig should know that you can only take so much population into an Armageddon and not use it preemptively. These blasts onto all these warriors is a critical loss for Med right now. Med had so many warriors over here, and they've all just been cleaned up and dealt with, and that is not what you want to see. Those troops were the only potential of him winning the game. Every warrior you have is more of a chance to win the Armageddon. Every warrior you lose, far more likely. Armageddon is now 2/3 complete. There's only a little bit left of it. Lots of warriors coming out, but Craig, really, you're going to need to train a lot more warriors than this. You can only take a certain percentage of your population into the Armageddon. Sponge is aware of that. He is training a lot of warriors of his own. Armageddon 3/4 done. Sorry I keep coming back to the Armageddon, guys. I love it. It's my favourite spell. Aside from Swamp, which is a high skilled. Yeah, we are aware. We have been commenting on nothing but the state of the Armageddon. You do not need to ping it. Craig's been patrolling these Braves. These Braves get stuck and cannot be forced out. So he's got them patrolling on the spot so that they continue to generate mana. Armageddon is almost complete now. Even more converts coming out from Craig, but you have to remember, don't let beta fool you. You can only take a percentage of your population into the Armageddon. You need a lot of warriors. This is it. It all comes down to this Armageddon, guys. All comes down to this Armageddon. And you can already see a significantly higher population for Craig being taken into the Armageddon. That is a lot of Braves compared to the red Braves right now. Look at all those warriors. It's safe to say, place your bets, guys, but it's safe to say that Sub-Zero is going to win this Armageddon. It's a duel of fates. Get your GGs out, everyone. We're going to a third game. To the sounds of an Armageddon. Oh, all those Braves just died in one shot. I don't think we are going to a third game, guys. I see way more red. I see way more red. Red wins the Armageddon, guys. Red wins the Armageddon.